Where am I? The question screamed in my head as I pressed my face against the cool glass of my bedroom window. The familiar cityscape I usually saw, the twinkling lights of downtown, the red glow of the radio tower, was gone. In its place was a sprawling metropolis of glowing structures that seemed to defy gravity, bathed in an ethereal blue and pink light, just like the scene from the Mid-Journey prompt. This wasn't my city, not even close. My apartment overlooked a pretty standard urban landscape. I enjoyed the view, especially at night when the city lights created a mesmerizing spectacle. My life was comfortable, routine. Every evening after work, I'd make myself dinner, maybe read a book by the window, and then head to bed. It was a simple, predictable rhythm, until last night. I had fallen asleep with the curtains slightly open, as usual. This morning, when I woke up, the room felt different. The light filtering through the gap in the curtains had an unusual hue, a soft, almost otherworldly glow. I got out of bed and walked over to the window, expecting to see the familiar sunrise over my city. Instead, I was met with a sight that made my breath catch in my throat. The city outside my window was alien. Buildings spiraled upwards in impossible curves, connected by glowing bridges of light. Flying vehicles zipped through the air, leaving trails of shimmering pink and blue. The architecture was organic, almost alive, with pulsating lights and intricate flowing designs. It was beautiful, breathtaking, but utterly unfamiliar. This wasn't New York. It wasn't London. It wasn't even on Earth, as far as I could tell. My heart pounded in my chest. Had I somehow been transported to another planet in my sleep? I frantically checked my phone. No signal. I rushed to the front door and peered out into the hallway. Everything there was normal. The familiar carpet, the paintings on the wall, my neighbor's welcome mat. It was only when I looked back out the window that the alien city reappeared, its glowing spires piercing the strange pink-tinged sky. Over the next few hours, I remained glued to the window, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. The city outside was teeming with activity, though I couldn't make out any distinct figures. The flying vehicles moved with a grace and speed that was unlike anything I had ever witnessed. Strange, melodic sounds drifted through the closed window, a symphony of alien tones that both intrigued and unnerved me. I tried to find any landmarks, any familiar shapes or patterns, but everything was utterly alien. The blue and pink tones from the Mid-Journey prompt painted the scene in a dreamlike, surreal light, making it hard to believe it was real. I started to wonder if I was dreaming, if I was still asleep. I pinched myself, hard. It hurt. This was real. But how? Was my window somehow a portal to another dimension? A glimpse into a parallel universe? The question from the thumbnail, Onde esto, echoed in my mind with increasing urgency. I tried to show the view to my neighbor, but when she looked out my window, she just saw the usual cityscape. She looked at me with concern, suggesting I might be stressed or overtired. It seemed the strange view was only visible to me. This made the situation even more unsettling. Was I going crazy? Was my mind conjuring this elaborate alien world? But it felt so real, so tangible. I could see the details, the textures, the movement. It was as if another reality was bleeding through into mine, visible only through this one particular window in my apartment. As days turned into nights, the alien city outside remained, a constant, mesmerizing presence. I started to learn its rhythms, the way the lights pulsed, the patterns of the flying vehicles. It felt like I was observing another civilization, a thriving metropolis in a galaxy far, far away. I never figured out why my window showed me this other city, or if it was a permanent phenomenon. Eventually, after a few weeks, the alien cityscape slowly began to fade, replaced once again by the familiar view of my own city. But the memory of that glowing, otherworldly metropolis remained, a constant reminder of the vastness and mystery of the universe. What if the reality we perceive is just one of many, and sometimes, for reasons unknown, the veil between them thins, allowing us to glimpse what lies beyond. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you saw something that wasn't supposed to be there? Share your stories in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Inverted Everyday Stories for more glimpses into the unexpected. And tell us, if you looked out your window and saw an alien city, what would you do?